Hello students, in this session we are going to study about deletion of an element in an array. In the previous session we have studied how to insert an element into an array. But in this session we are going to study how to delete an element from an array. So first let's see what is a deletion. Deletion of an element. Deletion refers to removing an element from an array at a particular position. Deletion refers to removing an element from an array. So deletion refers to removing an element from an array. When a particular element is deleted from an array, all the subsequent elements in an array has to shift to its lower positions. Consider an array called A, which contains elements 10, 20, 30 and 40 as its array elements. So these are all the index of an array. I want to remove an element from the position 1. I want to remove an element from the position 1. So how to remove an element? So what are the steps we have to follow? First we have to get the position from where the element has to get deleted. The first step is get the position of an element to be deleted. To be deleted. Say POS, that is the position. Next, delete the particular item from the position. So delete an element from a particular position So after deleting an element from the particular position, what we have to do? We have to shift all the subsequent elements to its lower positions. The third step is when an element is removed from a particular position, all the subsequent elements has to shift to its lower order. order. So after deleting an element from an array, the size of an array is decreased by one size. Size of an array is decreased. That is n is equal to n minus 1. Now let us see how to delete an element from an array. So in the first phase, I am going to delete an element from the position from the position 1, I want to delete an item 20. Item is equal to 20. Item is the element which I want to remove from an array. And what is the position? Position is 1. I want to remove an item 20 from position 1. So in the first phase, I am going to delete this element. Delete this element. In the second phase, what I am going to do, all the subsequent elements has to shifted to its lower order positions. That is, I have to shift the elements, that is from I is equal to p, from the position where I have deleted the element till the last element of an array, we have to shift the elements to its lower order. That is, I am going to shift 30 from position 2 to position 1. See here. See, in second phase, I have shifted the element 30 from position 2 to position 1. In third phase, I am going to shift the element 40 from position 3 to position 2. See, I have shifted the element 40 from position 3 to position 2. Now, this position is empty. So, we are going to discard this position. So, in fourth phase, the array A contains only the elements 10, 30 and 40 as its elements. After deleting an element from an array, the array size is reduced by 1. That is, the array size is n is equal to n minus 1, which is nothing but n is equal to 2. First, what we have to do, the first step is we have to get the position of an element from an array to be deleted. So, from that position, we are going to delete the particular element. In the next step, what we are going to do, we have to shift all the elements from the deleted position till the last position of an array. So, we are going to shift all the elements to its lower order positions. So, after deleting an element from an array, the array size is decreased. So, this is how we are going to delete an element from an array. Now, let us write an algorithm for this. So, algorithm for deletion of an element from an array. So, here A is an array with n elements, an item is the element to be removed from the position POS. So, these are the prerequisites. So, here A is an array with n elements and item is the element to be removed from the position POS. So, what is the first step? The first step is we are going to remove an item from a particular position. So, item is equal to A of position. Item is equal to A of position. In step 2, after removing an item from an array, we have to shift all the elements to its lower order position, right? So, from position, that is for I is equal to POS, that is from the deleted position, from this position till the last position, we have to shift all the elements to its lower order position. For I is equal to position 2 n minus 1. I is equal to position to n minus 1 is nothing but the last position of an array. So, for I is equal to position to n minus 1, what we have to do? We have to shift all the elements to its lower order position. So, this is our A of ith position and this is our A of I plus 1 position. So, we are shifting from A of I plus 1 to A of I. So, A of I is equal to A of I plus 1. So, till the last element we have to shift to its lower order position. End of for loop. So, what is step 3? After deleting an element from an array, the size of an array is decreased by 1. So, it is n is equal to n minus 1. N is equal to n minus 1. Step 4 is exit. So, this is an algorithm for deletion of an element from an array. Now, let us write a C++ program for this. Yes, what is the first step? First step, we have to include the required header files in our C++ program. The first header file is #include iostream.h. So why do we need this header file? So this header file provides some basic input-output services for C++ program, and this header file uses objects like scene and cout, which is required for sending the data to from the standard input-output devices. Next header file is #include conio.h, which includes some basic functions required in our C++ program like clear screen and getch. Next header file is #include iomanip.h. It is used to manipulate the output on the screen like setw function. So if you want to use setw function in our program, then we should include #include iomanip.h in our C++ program. So setw function is used to set the field width between the elements. Next header file is #include stdlib.h. If I want to use exit function in our program, then I should include #include stdlib.h in our C++ program. Now I am creating a class called Deletion. Class called Deletion. In the private section, I am going to declare the required variables in our C++ program. So, int a of 10, that is the array name with size, then I comma n, then element to be deleted as well as the position. In the public section, I am going to declare the functions. The return type is void as it does not return any value. So the return type is void. Get data function. Get data function is used to accept some values, the required values from the user. And void compute function is used to write the required calculations in the C++ program, and void display is used to display the output. I am going to close this class using semicolon. Now I am declaring the function outside the class. So for that we have to mention the class name. First we have to mention the return type. So what is the return type? The return type is void followed by the class name. What is the class name? The class name is deletion. Deletion followed by a scope resolution operator. It is used because we are defining a function outside the class. Next, class name. What is the class name? Sorry. Scope resolution operator. Scope resolution operator followed by the function name. What is the function name? Get data function. Yes. So, if I want to print some of the data on the display screen, I am going to display it with using out statement using the insertion operator. Enter the size of an array. Enter the size of an array. So cin statement is used to read the data from the standard input device using the extraction operator. The size of an array is n. Next, we are going to enter the array elements. Enter the array elements. So using for loop, we are going to accept the array elements. I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Cin A of I. Next, we have to collect the position from where we have to delete the particular item. Cout, enter the position from where the element has to be deleted. Has to be deleted. So enter the position. So this is about get data function. So close the get data function. Next function is compute function. So we are defining the function outside the class. So we have to first mention the return type followed by the class name. What is the class name? The class name is deletion followed by scope resolution operator followed by the function name. What is the function name? Compute. So here we are checking for the condition. What is the condition? If position is greater than n. If the position is greater than n, we cannot delete an element from that position. So what we have to do? We have to print the position is invalid position. Invalid position. So if this condition is true, what we have to do? We have to exit from this particular point. That is, we have to terminate the program execution. So for that, we have to use exit function with the return code 0. So this return code 0 exits a program without any error messages. Close this condition. If this condition is false, else we can delete an item. So element is equal to A of position. Then what we have to do? We have to shift all the elements from the deleted position till the last element to its lower order position. So using for loop, we are going to shift the elements to its lower order position. For I is equal to position I less than n, I plus plus. For I is equal to position I less than n, what we can do, we can shift the higher order positions to its lower order positions. So that's why a of I is equal to a of I plus 1. Then I gets increment. We are going to the next higher position to shift that element to its low order position. So after shifting all the elements, the size of an array is decreased. That is, n is equal to n minus 1. N is equal to n minus 1. See out, element is successfully removed. Element is successfully removed. So close this condition. So close this function. Next we have to display an array after deletion. So we are defining the function outside the class. So for that we have to mention the return type first, followed by the class name. What is the class name? The class name is deletion, followed by scope resolution operator, then the function name. What is the function name? The function name is display. So after removing an element from an array, so using for loop we are going to display the array elements. So I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. See out, set w function I am using to set the field width between the array elements a of I. So close this function. Next we have to create an object for the class deletion. So in the main function, I am going to create an object for the class deletion. So how to create an object? First write the class name followed by the object name. The object name is D. Clear screen. Why we are using clear screen? So it clears the previously generated output in the console screen. Now I am calling the functions using the object, that is d dot get data function, d dot compute function, d dot display function get ch. Why we are using get ch? It is usually used to hold the screen until the user presses any key on the keyboard. So, for that purpose we are using get ch function. Close the main method. Yes, what is the output for this program? So, here first get function is called. So, in the get function first it will ask the user to enter the size of an array. What is the size of an array? The size of an array is 4. The size of an array is 4. Enter the array elements. Now enter the array elements. What are the array elements? 10, 20, 30 and 40. Now enter the position from where the element has to be deleted. Enter the position from where the element has to be deleted. So, what is the position? Position is 1. So, in the compute function, it will delete an element from the position 1, that is 20. Next, in the display screen, so after deleting an element, what it will do? It will shift all the elements from the deleted position till the last element. It will shift the elements to its lower order positions. So, in the display function, we are going to display the elements after deletion. So, after removing an element from an array, So, after deletion, an array contains only 10, 30 and 40 as its array elements. So, this is the output for this program. So, while deleting an element, what is the first step? We have to get the position from where the element has to get deleted. In the second step, delete an item from the particular position. In the third step, we have to shift all the subsequent elements to its low order positions. So, after deleting an element from an array, the size of an array is decreased, that is n is equal to n minus 1. So, this is how we are going to deleting an element from an array. Thank you.